Yes, we are indeed. The end of the tax year fast approaching. That means pockets and wallets must be burning up right now. And our lines are open, 083-913-3728. We are going to be answering your questions and taking your comments on tax breaks and how you can most or best use this time in the year to financially benefit yourself. But of course, one of the other big things that are happening today is the national budget speech, and everyone's looking forward to that. There seems to be quite a lot of hype around that, Grant.
Yeah.
Why?
So I think the big reason why there's so much hype around this budget speech is because the country is looking at Provident Gordhan, Finance Minister, to find out what is his financial plan to prevent us from going into junk status. I mean, this is a major implication for South Africa, because as soon as we hit junk status, we're no longer on investors' radars, so international investors' radars, which means we're going to have to look at other means of creating revenue and growth for the country.
Yeah, question is, will he still have his job by the time he needs to make that speech? But that's a question for another day. Let's talk about what needs to actually happen for us to be downgraded to junk status according to the raters.
Okay, so let's use an example. I always like to make it practical as in the other shows. So let's say it's a company.
Yeah.
We've got the Finance Minister, Provident Gordhan. He is the financial director of this company. He's got the board of trustees. He's got rating agencies, and he's got all the shareholders that he has to pitch to today. And in this pitch, he has to make sure that he's got a sound financial plan, not only to grow the revenue in the country, not only to cover the expenses on a monthly basis, and not only to cover the debt, but also to have a growth plan. If we don't have a growth plan, the outlook will be quite dismal.
Yeah. And what this growth plan, does it just include factors like kind of making the job prospects of the workforce in the country look a bit more brighter?
Yeah, I think that's one of the elements, but definitely tightening of fiscal policies and increasing the revenue in South Africa. That's pretty much a growth plan. It's like any budget. Income in, cover your expenses, whatever's left is going to be growth.
Sounds like more tax in my pocket. All right. And so if we were to be downgraded to this junk status, what would that mean for the taxpayer on the street?
So if we had to be downgraded to junk status, what happens is we lose our foreign investors or international investors because we're no longer on the radar for them. And a country like us is going to have to start looking at other means of creating revenue. And the first place we're going to start looking at, the government will start looking at, is increasing taxes. So they're saying, some politicians are saying that they're going to introduce today a new interest tax or income tax sort of threshold up to 45%. There's some guys are saying that could be touched. I personally don't think so, but yeah. So taxes are going to be a major implication on all taxpayers.
Let's take a call for you right now. Good morning. Who am I speaking to on the line?
Are you speaking to Marlene?
Hey, Marlene, all the way from Durban. Thank you very much for your call. What is your question or your comment?
Okay, I have a ABSA account. It's called a prosperous account.
What kind of account is that? Just say that again, please.
It's an ABSA savings account.
A savings account.
Yeah, and I do have approximately 280 there. And what would be the implications on that? How can I change it?
So you say you've got a savings account with a certain amount of money in it, and you're trying to obviously get the best tax benefit from that.
Yes, yes.
Could you offer some advice in terms of that? So with a savings account, I'm assuming it's one that she's been depositing money into throughout the year. How does she keep the tax man's hands off of that?
Yeah. Hey, Marlene, how are you doing this morning? I think if you've got a big lump sum in your bank account at the moment, you definitely need to look at what you can contribute towards your retirement annuity from your tax perspective. So you can take 15% of your income, put it into that. If you don't want to have your funds locked up into a retirement annuity, then setting up a tax-free savings account is really going to be something that's going to be worth your while. You can put up to 30,000 Rand into that account if you do it before the end of this week. And then if you're very smart, 1st of March, you can do another 30,000 Rand. So I definitely think those are the two things you could look at doing straight away.
Grant, thank you very, very much. We'll continue our conversation. Money talks, money matters, man. 083-913-3728. We'll catch you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.